Someone is coming. Hurry!
I doubt that very much.
I just want to go home. No! Get away from me!
But the forte of the wheel is the gaps. When you have decided that the victim shall die,
there's no telling what horrors await down there. Ah, like watermelon.
What happened? Why are all these dead? Where am I?
let's see what you have to offer.
All right then, Tapio, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Tell me, how did you get interested in sound engineering? What kind of education is necessary for this type of craft?
Actually, I wasn't interested about sound when I went to school. I was interested about directing the films and using camera, but my sound teacher, he asked me something what introduced me to sound design. And the sound design overall is pretty interesting because you can make lots of things to film, games, whatever you are making. It's very big thing in overall experience. So I stick in the sound.
Yes. When you get a task to make an effect to an event in a game or a movie, where do you start? How does the creative process look like?
Usually I want something art or script, something that I can read or see what the story is, game, plot or whatever, and I start to think. First, I start to think what I want to make to this one. Do I want to make very realistic or cartoon sounds? Then I ask opinion about game developers, directors, what they want. Then I try to mix both of taste and hope that everything works well. It's long process, and it's hard to say is that creative process because it's so much how I used to work is very much experienced. I make lots of things what never used in the game or films. So I make lots of work, but very small of the work will be in final products. I don't know, is that just hard work or creative process? I can't tell.
Well, it sounds like creative to me.
Okay.
What has been the most difficult sound to engineer, and how did you pull it off?
This is very common question about me, and it's very hard to answer because most biggest problem is to get right sound, which get right mood, right impact for gamer or viewers. And usually very hard sounds are something where you don't have anything visual. You need to make something like atmosphere things or some sound design things, like if story goes different way what you see, like if you want to give little audio hints how things start to move to different directions. Like if you have big for example, if you have lots of shooting and that kind of thing, it's very easy because you just need bang 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 sounds. It's not hard. Well, there is different kind of things what you need to make right, but when there is like horror movies or horror games like Amnesia, which I worked, there was lots of interesting things because there was visible monster. You don't see it, you just hear it. It's very hard to think at how it sounds, and there was one monster was just creating the atmosphere, and there was lots of talking and experience how we can get right mood for overall game and things like that. You know, it's not just one sound. It's most hard sound is to make a right impact. That's the thing.
You know, in your everyday life, do you listen and are on the alert for all kinds of sounds you hear, different things? Do you take everyday object to your laboratory when you hear something make a interesting sound and play with it and think, well, I think this thing could be something for a certain project, or do you just do you have any development research work when you're not having a job?
Yeah, I try to listen different kind of things. Lately I don't know why, but I have listened to doors.
Yes.
And I know in my city how hospital doors, one shop's doors, bus doors, different kind of gates, how they creak.
Yes.
And so I focus on certain kind of sounds. And sometimes I listen footsteps. It's weird when you hear like very good looking lady walking, but footsteps sounds like plop, 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 plop. It's not it's
a subtle detail.
Yeah, it's detail, and I try to think how I can make some sounds from what I hear, like how I can change it, what I can make of it.